Hello, folks. Thank you so much for joining in. Give me just a moment to set up properly. I want to get a couple of news clippings up. Get maybe some of the silver markets up. What else do I have to do? Silver markets. Quite a few things going on today. Let's take a look at this. It is amazing. It is amazing what is going on. And just now, Joe Biden pulled a little trick up his sleeve, which we're going to talk about, which you might even already know. Get my markets up again. And let's see, coinmarket.cap. Yeah, Joe Biden pulled a sneaky one. So let's take a look. Waiting for everybody to get into the room. And I think we are ready to rock and roll. All right, let's see what we got here. So thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. I do apologize for the last live stream. I got on, something happened in the background. I had to really get off. Wasn't intentional, but it is what it is. So Steve-O, thank you. Edgewater Heating, thank you. Wes and ST3V3N, thank you so much. Little Red Pony, David Simmons, Joe Paris. He says hello to the fellow stackers. J. Rock Oplin, thank you so much. J. Rock, John Copeland, I think is what his name is. Shepherd, thank you. And Chiro Joe, thank you. Josh Meyer. Listen, we're going to be talking about a little bit of news. Got to do it. Before I begin, a lot of people keep asking me, what is the shotgun that is behind? Remington 870. Got a shorter barrel. Not too short, but slightly shorter. Military style. 12 gauge. 2 3/4 or 3-inch shell. Yeah, come on, rioters. Come over to the Overtaxed Taxpayer channel. So keep getting a lot of questions and a lot of compliments on that. Tampa Bay in the house. So let's talk about some news. You know, I'm just reading this. Stephen Glenn, Biden, what a loser. He showed his crypt notes. Well, you started it, not me, but thank you very much. I want to talk about Biden. So one of the things that was happening today was the fact that there was the AG Bar hearing. Now, normally when you invite somebody to a hearing, they are there to be heard. He was not allowed to be heard by the Democrats. That's because when he was speaking truth, and it went against the narrative. However, I digress. While this was happening, Joe Biden, knowing that majority of the country is watching these hearings, then he decides to put on his own little question and answer. Mind you, you never got to see how many people were in his audience. I can almost theorize that maybe half a dozen people were in his audience. So it was a scripted scene where he already knew the people. He was reading out names of reporters, calling them up to ask their questions. So very scripted, and he has never did a question and answer thing before. He's always just went on stage, did a little speech in front of 6 of his fans, 6 or 7 of his fans, and he walks off. This time he did a question and answer, first time. And again, strategically planned when he knew The majority of the country was watching the AG bar hearings. And wouldn't you know it, Biden's question and answer ended right around the same time that AG Barr's hearing ended. What a coincidence. What a coward. The questions were pretty easy. I believe they were created by Joe Biden's campaign, given to reporters. You will ask this. Joe Biden gets the list of reporters to call up to the podium, and boom, bada bing. Look what I did. I came out from hiding. Look, I did a question and answer thing. So yeah, the shirt is Volter. They make accessories for M16s, ARs, you name it. We have them local here, so they check them out. I'm kind of moving my finger around. I'm actually trying to feel myself out a little bit. You know, hey, can't wrong a guy for doing a little bit of that. But no, seriously, they're awesome components to the AR platform and the M platform. So check them out. No, I do not make any money off of them. So I don't know if you guys got a chance to hear the AG hearings. This is very important. He was not allowed really to answer any of the questions that were presented to him. And it was like the Democrats wished he wasn't even there because they were just talking to the camera. They were just spousing off their political lies. And then they would say, you have any questions? Oops, I'm out of time. Or he would answer a question, get 2-3 words into the answer. Oh, we're out of time. You're not answering the question. So you had to really see this. And this is not me being partisan. This is not me being a Republican. I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I don't believe in picking a political party like one would believe in picking a football team, your favorite football team, and just stay with them. I wish people would stop looking at this as a team. You are not part of the team. They make you feel like you're part of the team, but try showing up to any of their dinner parties or political functions. You will not be allowed in. You are not part of the team. They are lying to all of us. What is going on? They are blaming the riots on Donald Trump. Not some of them, all of them. They are blaming this on racism. Why are only federal forces going into liberal cities? This is obviously a racist tactic. Why are they only going there? Well, that's where the burning and looting are occurring. It is amazing how they're twisting this. And as I mentioned in last live stream, this is, and I'll end my news rant here, but you must understand this, folks. This is pure conditioning. Let me just say this again. The Democrats are conditioning, and the news are conditioning these violent people and the voters to believe that any kind of win on the Trump side was stolen from them. They are preparing for that civil war. Mark my words. They will do it politically and they will do it violently. This is not a left versus right thing. This is just the facts. And I'm sorry, but I think people need to stop picking their political affiliation like they do a baseball and football team. Silver. Let's talk about some silver. After I refreshed the page, silver took a little fallback. Not bad. It's 24.41. Not bad at all. It's been floating around that mark all day long. Matter of fact, I think I went to bed last night and it was right around there also. Might have been 10 cents higher, which is nothing. So it's been floating around the 24.41 since I think I'm looking at the since I'd say 6 or 7 p.m. Tucson time, where I am located. Gold, on the other hand, has not have any pullback. If so, it was just a couple of minor dollars, but it's still sitting strongly at $19.60 an ounce. That's pretty damn good. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen when the Asian markets open up. Things always seem to light on fire when the Asian European markets open up. Perhaps their social economic problems are worse than ours. I don't know. The news doesn't let us know. So we're going to see what happens overnight. Tomorrow, I think, will tell the story of where silver is going to go. I will say this. Every time there's a spike in any market, whether it be the silver, the gold, the stock market, we never see a long-term skyrocket. We never really see that. There's always that roller coaster, the up and down, the up and down. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying silver is not going to go up, but along the journey upwards are those downward trends. That's all I'm saying. So don't get disappointed when we see some of those downward trends. The roller coaster. No time in my life have I seen just a freaking straight rocket shoot all the way up to $100. It ain't happening. Sorry, that's not going to happen. All right, the crypto markets. A lot of people are starting to get a little warmed up to these markets. A lot of people are starting to, what I'm saying is a lot of people are starting to get warmed to the idea of investing in cryptos. Not everybody, but some. I can tell you this. I saw Bitcoin go over 11,000. I think it was yesterday, about the same time I was monitoring the silver market. It has done a little pullback, not much. It's actually up for the day. Let's see where the Ethereum, if you're into Ethereum, 319. Cardano is 14 cents. Litecoin, 56. Holy smokes. I've seen no pullback from Litecoin at all. I think couple of days ago it was floating right around 44. I mean, that's incredible. I don't know how high it's going to go, but I'll tell you, it's looking really good. Chainlink, slight pullback. However, it is up for the day. It's pulled back from over $8 to 7.22. That's $7.22. So if you're thinking about getting into some Chainlink, this might be the time. This might be the time. And my favorite, where shall she be? 23 cents for Digibyte. I'm sorry, 2.3 cents. That's 2.3 cents. I always get my decimal all scooted up. And let's see, where's THETA? THETA's taking a fallback. It's almost 25 cents. So it's up for the day by 3.32. All right, so got that out of the way. Let's go over some questions. Thank you so much. I'm hoping that the image is clearer than it has in the past. I did some alterations with the settings on the webcam, so I kind of would like a little bit of feedback if the image of me is slightly more crisper. Mic is cutting out. Nah, that's gotta. Is anybody else experiencing a mic cutting out? It seems to be working fine. My monitor is consistent. So let's take a look at a couple of people. JT Coin Rings, thank you so much for your generosity. I really do appreciate that. Really do. Who else is here? Shepherd Proudfoot. September contracts, we'll see. Bob Clark, hello. 49er, hello. Iron Duke gives me a thumbs up. And speaking about thumbs up, I was wondering, if I always ask this one time in my live stream, maybe twice, if you all can give me a thumbs up, I really would appreciate it. That's that little thumb icon that looks, like that. If you feel like I deserve that one, by all means, go for it. Who else is here? B-Ball, Tampa Bay in the house. Stephen Glenn, Biden, what a loser. He showed his crypt notes. Stephen Glenn, can you elaborate on that? Because I got frustrated and walked out of the Biden thing. And I kind of went and sat in the jacuzzi for a while. So elaborate, what do you mean by crypt notes? I mean, did we actually see something we were not intended to see? I'm reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time. You're not answering the question. I'm reclaiming my time. Just got 2009 millimeter. Man, would I love to buy a 9 millimeter handgun. A Beretta. Always had just a love for the old style Beretta. Just love that look. Shot one, beautiful weapon. Just fell in love with it. And I got a Sig Sauer 40 cal. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm kind of on the fence with that Sig. Maybe it's the caliber I'm not happy with. Don't get me wrong. The caliber is going to take care of what it's got to take care of. I don't know. Maybe I got to shoot a couple of other options and who knows, might come back to the Sig. But that's what I have, a Sig Sauer. It's 2009 millimeter. That ought to costed you a pretty penny. Vanessa, hello, all you resident cartoonist has arrived. Just got home from the coin shop and I got gold and silver below spot. That is phenomenal. Vanessa, let me know, which coin shop did you go to? We were having problems with one coin shop here locally that we spoke about. We both are from Tucson. So I'm curious which one you wound up going to. Thank you so much for coming back here. Law and Order Prepper was up, folks. Who else? Ken P. He needs a paper to remember his name and what day it is. But you know what's sad about this? The news media outlets and and politicians are creating a brand. That's what they're doing. They're creating a brand around Joe Biden. And it's the old go-to plan, going to increase wages for everybody's anti-racist, the same stuff that he's been spouting for 40-something years. They're going back to that old playbook and they're creating a name brand, very much like Levi's. Is Levi's any better than all the other name brands? No, but is the stigma that is attached to that brand. And that's what the people are stupid enough to fall for. They will fall for what is popular, pop culture. And they are going to vote for a president who will not get out and debate. The only way he will debate, you mark my words, he will debate it from his basement. And out of view, there's going to be somebody feeding him answers. You mark my words. If there's any kind of debate, it will not be your traditional debate where television cameras are allowed to line up. You will not see an audience. You will see just what you see right now on the screen, only it's going to be with Biden's ugly mug. Oh, don't get me wrong, he ain't coming in this house. But off to the sides, there's going to be somebody feeding him answers. You mark my words. Richard McCorkindale, thank you so much. Those hearings were a disgusting inquisition. That's correct. It was just that, an inquisition. The Democrats, and you wonder why there's only 5 minutes. They purposely orchestrate that to where there's just enough time for them to get out their propaganda. And then it's time's up. Sorry. And when he does try to answer the question, not everything's yes and no, especially in the political realm. You can't answer yes or no every time. There's circumstances that need to be addressed, and he tries to address those circumstances. You're not answering the question. It's a simple yes or no. No, it's not. He's being blamed for everything. He's being blamed for the coronaviruses, the deaths, the cases, which I already went over before. A case might be might be 1 million cases. However, not every case is positive. A case is a case, just like when you go in to investigate a criminal. Not every person you presume to be guilty is actually guilty. It's a case. And sometimes they're proven innocent and sometimes not. The same thing with COVID. They're labeling all cases in the statistics, and not all the cases are proven to be infections. They're just using it to hype up the numbers. No longer do they talk about deaths, which happens to be decreasing significantly because those numbers do no longer support their propaganda. The numbers that need to be addressed are the number of deaths. They chose to address the number of cases. Well, obviously, the more people you test, the more cases you got. It's common sense. Now, granted, Trump sometimes opens up his mouth the wrong way. Oh, we should stop the testing. That way the cases go down. That was the wrong answer, dude. So he's not perfect either. But no man is. Black Aces Tactical Shotguns. Thank you so much, Steve Glenn. Appreciate it. Those hearings were discussing Inquisition. Again, Richard, I really appreciate you being here. Jay Bird, Trump 2020. Jerry Thomas, this world is upside down. That's correct. And they're trying to convince the people that, no, it was upside down before. Now it's right side up. You vote for me, I'm just going to give you everything you freaking need. It disgusts me every time I hear these politicians wanting to increase your pay. And we see where this happens. We all go grocery shopping. We see now, after I've been yelling for years, do not fall for this. Do not fall for the minimum wage increase. It makes prices go up. Now you go and buy a number one at McDonald's. I kid you not. Look it up right now. $10. $10 before tax. A number one. Small fries, nappy old hamburger, and a nappy freaking drink. $10? Groceries up. Big point. Have you gone to Wally World, Walmart, or those types of places? No longer do they use humans to do the counting, the stock counting. You have to count what's missing before you can stock it, order more. No longer do they have people going in with scanners and just scanning what is left over on the shelves and inquiring the amount to order. Now they got a robot that does it all. You've seen it. It looks like a large vacuum cleaner. Look it up. Oh, you want to increase minimum wage? You want us to pay more? Okay, we'll just eliminate jobs. Oh, we'll just turn 90% of all our cashiers into self-service. How's that working out for paying you more? I get really worked up with these political freaking lies. I really do. And that's why we stack silver and gold, folks. Oh, I got a good email. I got an email accusing me of actually not even liking silver or gold. I was accused of being a political channel in the disguise of a silver channel. Obviously, they didn't go back and look at any of my older videos or anything. They don't care. They only want to know what they believe. And they only want to hear what they believe, very much like the left. They only want to hear what they believe, and they will shut down all other conversation because they cannot. It's like a computer going haywire, short-circuiting. When they hear the news, the truth, the wires, it sparks inside and everything explodes. And that's why you got this cancel culture, because they're not educated, smart enough to debate the truth when they hear it. Internally, they know they're wrong. So they just shut you up instead, or shout louder than you. Shouting louder than me doesn't mean you're right. Who else is here in the house? Who else? Stack as much as you can. Overtax is a deep state. Maynard, thank you so much. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Felix, hey, please don't take the vaccine. I'm not taking no flipping vaccine. Hey, I always tell everybody, why the hell do I need to take a vaccine when the entire world is already suckered into taking it? I'm not going to get nothing if everybody else takes it. Why take it? I don't need to take the vaccine. If everybody around me is taking it like an idiot, I'm freaking by nature inoculated. That's my philosophy. Mr. Billionaire, thank you so much for being here. BK Rouge, again, thank you. Rock and Rod, set check out robots, get no sick pay or health benefits. Actually, that's a correct statement. When's the last time you've been into Walmart? Really? Walk around and look at the robots now. There's a robot that actually scans the shelves. I kid you not. Freedom Stacker. Who else is here? Obama stopped testing for H1N1. 09, he said it was a wasteful to keep testing. Again, you're right. But people don't remember their history. They don't. They only remember what's on the football game and what is being told to them at that instant time. People don't remember anymore. They're more concerned with shaving their eyebrows, putting rims on their cars. That's what's important. It's funny. Backyard Bullion. Howdy, buddy. How's things going over there? It's going really good. Thank you so much. Gerald Moore, always enjoy your stream. Thank you. Governor in Ohio said no county fairs this year. Good. People need to pay the price before they learn and wake up. I will take it right after Bill Gates survives the trials that he's part of. That is by Stephen Glenn. And why the swab deep into your nasal cavity? I don't know, but I'm not submitting myself to that crap. And it's my theory that a lot of these testing stations, they just move from location to location. They call it the same people. Hey, for a television op, I need all these cars to line up showing that they're going through our testing station. Okay? And then they do the same thing at another location. Call it the same freaking cars or something. Because I can't see anybody willing to go drive and sit for hours to get their freaking nasal swabbed. Something fishy about that. Felix, I live in Scandinavia, and here it's difficult to get a gun for self-protection, but I sure as hell won't let them get me without a fight. Amen, brother. Get a nice knife. Take the PUA money and pimp your ride. Okay. Why are there no biohazard disposable requirements for the face covering? Because it's all fake, dude. You know it. I know it. It's freaking fake. This pandemic is nothing more than the common cold. People die from the common cold and the flu all the time. I'm sorry, as much time has passed, none of us really know anybody that has it. And those few that come here and say, I know somebody, have come back to me and say, no, after a second test, it was not COVID. The only COVID victims are on television from the news. I'm just saying. I mean, Any thoughts on UTAG holdbacks? I don't know what you mean by UTAG. Sorry about that. Crispy Collector in the house. Thank you so much. There was a group of 4 in our area that went and got tested. It took so long, 2 of them left before they got swabbed. They got a call a couple of days later. They tested positive, yet they left 2 hours early. It's amazing. They're just boosting the numbers, and you're using it. This whole COVID thing, I'm telling you folks, this whole COVID thing was designed to help them win the election, to blame it on Trump. I've been saying it. You go back 4 months, folks. I've been saying it. It's just something that just struck me. I've said this earlier, how is it only in left-wing states do we have rioting? How is it? How is it only, actually, let me clarify that. How is it only in left-wing cities, Democrat-run cities, Democrat-run, there's only rioting? Why? How? If racism exists, it should exist uniformly throughout the United States. No, I'll tell you how. They all got together and said, we need to do this. And they're doing this. And it's going to be used for political gain. I remember the good old days when we were going to die from global warming. Need I say more? I actually stole that. I stole that from one of my subscribers. He kind of left a comment. I remember good old days when we were all going to die from global warming. But every year it's something different. It's a different terrorist group. It's another disease. It's another pandemic. You got the Zika, you got the H1N1, you got the swine flu. Every year they try to scare you. Every freaking year. A different terrorist group, terrorist organization, and a different pandemic every year like clockwork. Who else is here? I think, did I lose everybody? Come to Louisiana. Many friends and close family members got it and very sick, but none of them died close to me. Every area is different. So I never said Corona did not exist. I'm just saying the only time we hear about dead people is from the news. I have no doubt that a lot of people are getting this strand, and it is a strand of the cold. I have no doubt people are getting it. But almost everyone is surviving it. I have no doubt that I even got it during the beginning of the year, right around July. I called out of work for about a week straight, sick in bed, cold, sweating. That doesn't happen to the overtaxed taxpayer. I have no doubt that I got it. But I think everybody needs to get it to build an immunity. Those who die, they were going to die anyway. They were going to die regardless of whether they got the strand of the cold or the cold itself or a flu. They were going to die. So I hope everybody does get it just to build an immunity. But I don't believe the deaths. And I don't believe the exaggerated cases. Oh, and an asteroid. Yeah, we're going to get hit by an asteroid this year. I kid you not. They're saying that there's an asteroid about the size of a planet coming into our solar system. I kid you not. Actually, I'm hearing that you can see it. I was told, this is Tucson time, between 3 and 4 in the morning towards the eastern skies. I'm sleeping at that time. You're going to crash. I'm getting me a good night's sleep. Or they said 2 and 4, between the hours of 2 and 4, actually, towards the eastern skies. There's always something. Yeah, so Natalie was called out. They're all of them. They're worried about the the cops and the soldiers defending our nation, they're worried about them following constitutional law, but can care less about the rioters following that same law. They can care less about the victims of the rioters not being protected by the law. The only people that need to follow the law are the police officers. And you know what it is. It's just to weaken them. It is to weaken them. SARS, that was another one. I was over my sickness, I'd say, in about, about 6 days, but I had a cough, a persistent cough that lasted about 30. Remember I was coughing all the time? Oh, Big K Rouge, one of the best meals I've ever had in my 55 years. Every time I tell you my age, it's a different year. I mean, one day I'll say in my 57 years of living, and the next live stream, in my 55 years, so you'll never get a straight age from me, but in my 55 years of living, the best meal I ever had was in Louisiana. I kid you not. And I am a food aficionado. Love my food. I love quality cuisine. One of the best meals I ever ate. One of the best meals to this day. Well, they say a planet-sized like hawk demon. I don't know what the hell they said. For all I know, it's some freaking guy beating off in his freaking dungeon somewhere with a microphone like me. It wasn't me, by the way. And I apologize for any women out there. But what I'm saying is, every year there's something else. I don't know whether it's a planet size. I'm not an astronomer. I just am reciting what I'm being told or what I'm reading. It is large. Can we just go with large? It's a large asteroid. Excuse me. Dizzy topic in the house. Game of Thrones. Silver Game of Thrones. Thank you so much for being here. By the way, I mean no disrespect to anybody. If I sometimes cuss a little bit. Sometimes I'll use a little kind of raunchy humor. Mean no disrespect. And another thing, I always delete comments that post links in them. I don't approve of any links. I mean, it's just ethics. And, you know, I don't go on your website posting links to my website. So don't post any comments. I'm just asking a favor. Don't post any comments, and providing a link back to your YouTube channel. That's just poor taste, okay? So know that I will delete those. Kovacs, Kofi, Fox. Why not $50? What are we talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Silver? More likely 3 digits soon. I do agree with you, Silver Game of Thrones. I don't think it's going to be as quick as we would like. A lot of people saying by the end of the year. I'm not feeling it right now, okay, buddy? Julius Stryker, thank you. Shepherd Proudfoot, will asteroid melt my silver and gold? I'm hoping it'll melt it into like one big freaking bar. That'd be so cool. Let's see. Maybe that's why silver's going up. They're building the spaceship, and all the elite are going to go on the spaceship, and they're going to escape this asteroid. And the spaceship is designed out of just silver alloys and silver electronics and silver arrays, whatever. And they're going to go and escape it, and they're going to leave us all to die. That's what's going on, folks. Tell them the overtaxed taxpayer said it to be true. Law and Order Prepper, I'm banking on 500 soon. Man, 500 ounces of silver? I mean, $500 of silver? I know you're joking because I see the LOL after it. But can you imagine that? I would sell then. I would, in a heartbeat, I'd sell. Because if it hit 500, I don't foresee it being there very long. I'd sell. I'd buy my yellowfin center console fishing boat. I'll be fishing in the middle of Tampa Bay just when that asteroid comes and strikes the earth and we all die. Media sensationalism, fear. Who else is here? Primordial Beast. Dude, I used to work a drilling rig. How could you hurt my ears with that, bro? Primordial, I say that due to, you got a lot of folks here that are clean-minded, and I respect them. And I also know there's a couple of really nice ladies here, so I just warn them, I'm really apologizing to the the women and the people that might have children around, and sometimes it slips out. You know what I mean? Stephen Parsons, are you saying all doctors and nurses are lying? I'll tell you something. When your job depends on it, you'll lie. Like these news media outlets, they're lying through their teeth. When your job depends on it, and you're threatened to be fired, knowing that your mortgage will not get paid, you will lie. New nurses and doctors are slowly coming out and telling the public how they're being coerced into lying. Not only that, when the government incentivizes all COVID patients, you got a COVID patient, we'll pay you $1,900. You got a COVID patient that needs a ventilator, there's another $3,400. When you incentivize the statistics, the statistics rise. I'm not saying all doctors and nurses are liars. No, because I already admitted that some are coming out and leaking the truth. But what I'm saying is the case numbers are being incentivized by monetary gain. I'm not going to get into an argument about that. It's true. All you got to do is listen to the right news. None. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, when you incentivize something, people's greed takes over. You know that. I did a video on how the doctors here in Arizona and Texas are going back through death records. And even though they died from something completely different, if they had even one of the symptoms, they're relabeling the death certificate as COVID-19. Can we also talk about the motorcycle guy who died in Florida in a motorcycle accident labeled as COVID-19? That's what they're doing, folks. So don't blame me. I'm just telling you what's going on in the world. And I'm sorry. I got Spider-Man senses. I know when I'm being bullshitted. I know when I'm being bullshitted. I know when someone's trying to pull the wool over my eyes. Jim Sinclair says 50K an ounce of gold in the next few years. Perhaps he's trying to pump and dump, because I'm not seeing 50K. I really am not right now. I have a hard time smelling 20K for an ounce of silver. So is he convincing people to go out, buy gold, price jumps up due to that mass purchase, and then he dumps? I don't know what he's doing. I just don't see 50K. I like your hair. The camera is good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I like your hair too, Timothy. I like the locks. You got some nice long locks like that. Freedom Stacker. Fauci is a liar. Who else is here? Agree. Freedom Stacker. Hello. What did Freedom Stacker say? Freedom Stacker. Fauci is a liar. Yes. I think something's going on with him. All of a sudden, we're starting to see him in a lot of home and style magazines. I don't know. Just something weird going on with him. Posing like he's a model. I think he's into it for the fame, personally. When liberals say trust science, you should believe the opposite. Well, I love when they say trust science, but they don't produce the science. Or it's science that is, again, my favorite word, incentivized global warming. The only people who agree on global warming were incentivized. They were funded by the government to do the studies. You don't find findings in our taste, your funding will be pulled. Incentivized. I remember the days when colleges would do their own scientific research, independent of the government. No longer. Scientific research has become a business. And in business, profits are all that matter, not the truth. And when your mortgage and your car payment and your children putting food on their table is threatened, you will lie to keep your job. You will lie. Yeah, so the wife and I were thinking about buying another purchase of silver. We're going to pay off some of those monthly bills and see what's left over. And I want to get into a stronger position on silver now. About a month ago, I said I'm switching from silver to gold, but I think I've kind of changed my mind a little bit now that I see the capability of what silver can do. So this is a good thing. Even if it's just freaking 10 ounces a month, I'm going to go for it. Anything's better. For that one day it hits $100. It's going to happen. Just not going to be within the next 5 or 6 months like some people are trying to sell us. But when that one day comes, I want to have enough that if I sell off, I'm going to pay off my debt and kind of live quietly away from people, and maybe in the middle of the ocean in a boat or something. I'm being sarcastic here, but you get my point. Just get out of the system of debt and working and that sort of thing. Thank you so much, Silver Game of Thrones. I appreciate it. Who else is here? I think I've said hello, and I need to say a special hello to Roan Beer. He's been one of my moderators for a long time. Nathan Swoos. The peak of silver is limitless when you know the U.S. dollar is going the same path as the Deutschmark. We'll see. I have faith, a little bit more faith in silver now. I got to admit that. Yeah, you see Fauci throw that baseball? Come on. What kind of freaking man are you? I mean, all right, I'm 54 years old. In my 54 years of being on this planet, I've never thrown a baseball like that in my life. And even if I spent my first 15 years as a kid playing ball, even if I never picked up a ball since then, up until now, I still would never throw that bad. I could never possibly throw that bad. So you kind of make you wonder, these freaking elitists, are they grown up in a test tube? Were they just grown up and just put into political office? I don't know how somebody can throw a freaking baseball that bad. It's like me throwing a baseball to you, but I literally threw it at 10 o'clock. How do you do that? That a girl, Edgewater Heating, Fauci throws like a girl. Dude, I've never seen a girl throw that bad. Give girls credit. That was bad. And that's what I meant. He's trying to look cool. He's going to all these magazines, being a model now, showing up for a baseball game. You can't, and then the news media, you know what they did? They defended him. Well, he was nervous. He was nervous. Then you take a look around. Look, an entire stadium was empty. What do you mean he was nervous? News media outlets, they'll protect their own. I just wish they'd start burning down some of these news media outlets. That's what I really wish. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go. I appreciate if you can give me a thumbs up. I'm going to go get some lunch, And I appreciate everybody showing up here. I don't know, all the comments stopped. Did something happen? Did my stream get cut off? The last thing that I see here is Fauci throws lime a girl. I think he meant like, but I don't see any comments now. So I'm wondering. Anyway, folks, I'm going to run.